Well, the civil aviation sector has been in the news. Joining us now to talk about several developments on that front is the Minister of State for Aviation, Mr. Mahesh Sharma. Mr. Sharma, appreciate you joining us on CNBC TV 18. Let me start by asking you about whether this government intends to cap fares or not, sir. Today, in a reply in Parliament, you said reasonable fares should be allowed by airline companies. The Minister for Aviation, Mr. Gajapati Raju, has in the past spoken about a tariff regulating mechanism, a tariff regulating authority. Where does this government stand on the issue of monitoring or regulating airfares?
See, what I want to say that in principle, I am of the opinion that predating prices in the airlines should not be there. But this discussion has not been initiated at ministry level or at government level. So at right time, we'll like to address this issue after the discussion is over at the ministry and at cabinet level, because this decision we propose it to be taken at cabinet level. But we are receiving a lot of complaints from a common man, when at the time of need or the dire emergency, if he has to pay a hefty price of 20, 25,000, 30,000 rupees for a air journey, I individually feel. But of course, this is not the mouth of the government at present until unless we take this decision at ministry level or at cabinet level.
No,
but in principle, I propose to initiate this process.
So you're saying that there should be a certain number of seats which would qualify as emergency seats on every flight, which the government would hope will be available at reasonable prices in an emergency situation. So are you going to mandate that companies, airline companies, actually block these emergency seats? That is your opinion?
See, we propose to discuss this in a different perspective. One perspective is we do it like this, what you are proposing. Another proposal is that we keep a base price and to a particular time. Suppose the base price for a price ticket is say 5,000 rupees. Then we propose to increase it not more than 3 times on this side or not less than 3 times or 2 times, whatever the discussion comes. Because sometimes this hike remains so high that it becomes unbearable for a common man. Of course, there is
so who will decide, sir?
It's an open air policy.
Who will decide? Will you set up an independent will you set up an independent regulator, tariff monitoring authority? Or will the ministry decide on the range and the DGCA will?
Civil aviation has got a regulating authority. We have a regulating authority, AERA.
So you're saying AERA will decide what the cap should be?
I said, because there has not been any discussion at the cabinet level or at ministry level. My individual opinion I am giving to you that there should be a regulation, but the process of this regulation has not yet started, as we are receiving a lot of complaints from the Honorable Member of Parliament and then the common man also. When they suffer, they reach to them. So many people come to me, this price is 25,000, I cannot afford. So sometimes we are able to give them some relaxation on individual case-to-case basis. But it is not possible that everybody can approach the minister or any officer. So we want to make this policy generalized, that at times of need, some help should be given to those needy persons.
All right. So you are in favor of regulating tariffs. If I may ask you my last question on this particular issue, when do you hope to move cabinet with this policy, sir?
Very, very shortly, I start to initiate this discussion at ministry level first, and then of course at cabinet level, because it's a major decision to be taken in an open market. But as I've told you that this is not the government's view what I am giving it today at present, because there has not been any discussion till now on this issue. And once we talk of an open air policy and the no regulation worldwide. But the circumstances of aviation industry is different at every place. We cannot compare India's aviation industry with the worldwide. There's a difference in that. So I think.
All right. Let me ask you about the other controversial. Let me ask you about the other controversial issue, sir, and that is the 5/20 rule. The government had now proposed doing away with the 5/20 rule if airline companies were to comply with domestic credits or comply with norms which enhance regional connectivity. I understand that there is now again a rethink as far as those proposed norms are concerned. What is the position now on doing away with 5/20 and the new norms to encourage domestic regional connectivity?
You are right that this is under discussion, and at ministerial level the discussion is already taken up. Now it will go to the cabinet for approval and our discussion over there, and we will discuss it and then we'll let you know. At present, there is no final decision has been taken on this issue. There are pros and cons of both the things. Some people are of the opinion that this should be written off. Some people are of the opinion they should continue. Other people say they should come with certain riders. In place of increasing this 520, it may be brought down to 312 or 310.
Do you believe that it should come with riders, Mr. Sharma? Do you believe that this policy should be done away with and riders should be put in?
See, that we have to address this situation in the new perspective, because we propose that we invite more of the aviation industry people to join hands in this market. But we also understand at this stage that aviation industry in our country is not in a very good shape. So this has to be addressed into that situation also. And second thing,
so are you saying that you may not insist on the riders, sir? Are you saying you may not insist on the riders?
See again, once it is a matter of discussion in the cabinet, I think it will not be right for you, right for me to divulge it at this stage.
When will you take the 5/20 proposed norms to cabinet, sir?
Very shortly, maybe within 2 weeks' time, we will take a decision on the new civil aviation policy and this 520 rules and route dispersal guidelines also. We'll take decision on this issues.
Let me ask you a question. This is an allegation that has been raised by Mr. Subramaniam Swamy. He's written to the Prime Minister on the 20th of April. He wants a probe by the PMO and the ED and other officials to look into the transaction involving SpiceJet and the change of promoter from the Marans to Ajay Singh. What is the Civil Aviation Ministry's response? Has the Prime Minister's office sought your comments on the allegations raised by Mr. Swamy?
See, it's an allegation by him, but I think ministry has got nothing, neither the government has got anything to do. It's a transaction between the two groups, if at all it is there, and they have requested us for something. So government has got nothing to do in this. Only thing,
but the government has given the go-ahead as far as the open offer is concerned. You have allowed the new promoter of SpiceJet, Mr. Ajay Singh, to not make the open offer. You've given the open offer waiver because the waiver didn't come from the market regulator. The waiver seems to have come from the government.
See, no, government has got no role in this. Only thing is, suppose there is an operator and if a unit becomes sick unit and he comes with a new partner and he wants to pay our dues or the dues of the government agencies and the employee salaries and the fuel bills, then what objection we can have? Suppose if the sick unit has gone and they have gotten under some revival issues.
So who has taken the decision, sir? Because the market regulator is silent. You're saying you haven't taken the call. Who has taken the call on the waiver as far as the open offer is concerned?
See, it is the only thing we have to permit that if airlines is operating and he wants to exchange hands with another organization or another airlines, so only that permission has to be taken. And of course, that requires a SEBI also and other organizations also. From our side, suppose if I take your case that the SpiceJet is running this and they becomes a sick unit and some other players comes, so it is a matter of not at the ministry level. It is a matter of the SEBI and other organizations. Only thing they inform us. They inform us that I am taking a new partner or the new person.
But did SEBI inform you that an open offer would not be required?
Yes, they have. No, they have written to us an official letter to us, to the ministry. It is true.
SEBI has written an official letter to the ministry saying an open offer will not be required.
But ministry has got nothing to do search for a partner for them and nothing. Yes, but ministry has got nothing to do with that. No doubt about it.
Have you responded to the Prime Minister's office, sir, on the allegations raised by Mr. Swamy on SpiceJet?
It has not reached me. Once it reaches me, definitely we will reciprocate. Saying that we have openly said is, we are not here to watch the interest of any individual person or organization or any airlines. We are here, the ministry is here and the government is here to watch the civil aviation industry and of course the customers' point of view, not anything else in anybody's an individual, whosoever may be.
Okay, let me ask you two quick questions, sir. What is the process and where do things currently stand as far as the plan to modernize airports are concerned? Your government has talked about enhancing connectivity. You've got plans for no-frills airports. You've got plans for low-cost airports. The 6 airports that were up for modernization, nothing has moved there. What is causing the delays and when do we finally start to see movement on this front?
No, the process has already started. There are so many greenfield airports are in pipeline. The process of 4 airports, that is Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Chennai and Kolkata, that is again under review, whether they should be also given under PPP mode. The process has already started, and we have already expression of interest, and all those processes already started. Maybe within 3 months' time down the line, we will take a decision on these 4 airports also, and we propose to start at least more number of airports, because tourism has to have connectivity in the grade 2 and grade 3 cities also, and we are in the process of identifying, and we have invited offers from the private operators that if they want to have JVs or private greenfield airports, we will welcome that too. No doubt about
Okay. How many new airlines, sir, whether it's scheduled or non-scheduled, have been given a no objection certificate by the ministry so far? We've just seen Pegasus take off. How many new airlines have been given the NOC by our ministry currently?
See, currently these 3 airlines have been given, but other 2-3 airlines have applied to us. And of course, once we take a decision, then only we'll be able to let you know about all those airlines. But the 2 airlines who have been given, I think they are in front of you. Tata Vistara has been given, the Costa has been given, and but other 2-3 applications are pending before us before we take a final decision.
You know, you talked about Tata Vistara and Tata AirAsia, and I come back to the 5/20 rules, because AirAsia's Tony Fernandes has been absolutely clear that if you link doing away with 5/20 to domestic flying credits, it's going to spell death knell for companies like AirAsia India. Is there a rethink on reducing the number of domestic flying credits from 300 to 200 and changing that rider that you have of how many points you actually need to do more than 6-hour flights and so on and so forth?
See, once this will be discussed in the cabinet with all the new model of this AKSP, available kilometers scheme, and then all other parameters have been considered. So I think airworthiness and all those issues will be addressed together once it is being discussed in cabinet with the technical note also. So I think cabinet will take a wise decision at right time, and very shortly I think it will be addressed.
A quick final question on Air India. You have started the process of cutting down Air India's losses. What more can we expect in terms of action to cut down Air India's losses? And also, any plans of strategic divestment in Air India, since your government is now finally open to the idea of strategic divestment?
See, our Prime Minister said that government has no business to do business. So, we are sometimes labelled as Air India Ministry. We are not. Air India is our national carrier. We are proud of that. But definitely the financial situation of Air India is not very comfortable. And we are taking all measures to revamp Air India's financial status as well as services also. Now, we have improved our on-time performance to almost 82%. And talk of our social obligation, what wonders our people have done, the Air India people have done in Yemen rescuing. What a great job our Air India has started doing immediately when we got this crisis call from
Sure, you're
Nepal.
talking about the social obligation, sir, but you started your answer by saying that your Prime Minister does not believe that the government should be in business, and your ministry is called the Air India Ministry. So in that context then, can we expect a strategic divestment in Air India?
At present, there is no such proposal pending before the ministry or with Air India. But in case any such proposal comes, then we will discuss it at the right time, and of course with the decision will be taken at a higher level with the Prime Minister or at the Cabinet.
All right, Mr. Sharma, thank you very much for clarifying on several important issues that the civil aviation sector is faced with at this point in time. We hope that you will speak with us again once the decisions are taken by Cabinet. Appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18.